All right, guys, we are live. I think possibly the first time ever, right on time. So, yeah, guys, this is 32. This is number 32. I'm back home in Pennsylvania. You guys know if you were watching last week, I was down in Texas. I was actually sitting in Steve's garage. Yep. I was there with Jason. The whole gang was together, but today we are at our respective homes. So, but yeah, guys, 32 episodes altogether, and that's pretty freaking awesome. So we are rolling right along. Now, those of you tuning in for the first time, this is Corvette Weekly with Vet Syndicate. What we're going to talk about today is all kinds of Corvette stuff, specifically some of the future performance variants of the C8 Corvette that are coming. And Mark Royce recently talked a little bit about them on... looks like maybe the Corvette blogger, stuff like that. We had a little bit of information done with it. So it is definitely something pretty cool. And they speculate, Corvette blogger kind of speculates what these models are going to be called. If you guys are familiar with the channel, I am still sticking true to my guns here. I still think the ZR1 version is actually going to be called a Zora. I don't believe we're going to get both. Now, again, this is speculation. I have no real proof of this. It's something just that I think is going to happen. But with all of that said, the ZR1 or Zora version of the C8 is going to end up being quite the freaking monster. But before we get to that point, we have 50 people watching, and I wanted to drop something here that Steve wants to do. Steve, do you want to take it away?
This?
Yeah.
So, we're doing 2 giveaways tonight. And we're giving away a Vet Syndicate red shirt. And Justin's going to give away another shirt. So, for every $10, you get entered into this drawing. And we're going to put in a raffle app, and we're going to pick it right on tonight. But for the person that gets around and does $100, we're going to do 10 entries. And I'm going to do a cold start live right there and blow my eardrums out.
Yeah. He's literally sitting in his garage with the garage doors closed, and he's going to cold start this thing. Yeah.
She's a baby right here.
Yeah.
What's up, Shane? So Shane's in here too, guys. If you were on here last weekend, you'll remember he was the silent man sitting on the left of all of us, but he is here again. Yeah, he's not really. He just looked that way. He's sitting on a tiny little chair. But guys, yeah. So General Lee is another one. He got an allocation. This guy's got a car coming. General Lee, thank you for tuning in. We're pumped for you. We're pumped to see that baby. And if you guys are just now tuning in, there's another guy here, Dr. Corvette. He's another regular on the show. His Z06 is actually currently sitting at his dealership. So how freaking awesome is that, guys? Congratulate this man. He's got his car coming to him in any day at this point. And I mean, I can't even imagine what that would feel like at this. I mean, I want that freaking car so bad. And so far, since I know a bunch of you guys are going to ask me, I have not heard any allocation updates. So for my personal car, I have not heard for sure if it's coming in or if I got an allocation. So I'm thinking that means I did not, which kind of sucks.
Considering how many people have them, if I had one, I would literally feel like I was important or something, or like a rock. Because I mean, like how did my number, you know?
So General Lee and Dr. Corvette are literally, they won the lottery, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations to you both, guys. You guys got C8 Z06s on the way. That's freaking amazing. Dr. Corvette's is coming probably a little bit sooner than General Lee's, but either way, you guys, I would settle for an allocation at this point, I'll be honest. But anyway, guys, we're going to do a little bit of information today, a little bit of fun like we've been trying to do. And then Steve has his challenge down below. If any of you donate $100, you'll get entered 10 times to win the Vet Syndicate shirt, the Horsepower Obsessed shirt, and you'll also cause him to remote start or cold start his C8 in the garage, which is right behind him with the doors closed. Yeah, it's going to be... It'll be pretty loud.
We did the other day with the tester was 134 decibels.
Yeah, that's pretty significant. Loud. Yeah, that's pretty significant. But anyway, guys, we're going to be talking about, just like the title suggested, we're going to be talking about the performance variants to come because Mark Royce was recently questioned about some of this stuff, and he talks very heavily about the electric version, of course, coming. And then there's another model after that that he refers to as being basically the Corvette, something that's going to just blow us away. And I believe that's the Zora. He doesn't really imply that there's 3 more models coming. He implies 2. And we know of at least the E-Ray, and then after that, I think the Zora. So again, I don't know that we're going to get a ZR1. I don't think it makes sense, especially if the E-Ray is replacing the Grand Sport. I think the Zora is going to replace the ZR1 moniker. So we're still going to have the same amount of cars in the lineup like we did for the C7 generation. There was 4 very specific models. And there will be with this one too, just 2 of them will be named something a little bit different. General Lee says, Steve, how tight is it to pull into the garage?
I read that completely different.
Exactly. I was like, ooh, what is
pulling in is no big deal, but it is about a foot longer.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'll tell you the first time I backed it in, because I have marks on my car, on my drive, what do you call it? The garage floor, I was in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. Now it's easy to figure how to do it, because now I just look at the front cameras, because I never had that before now. 1LT.
Yeah, the front cameras on the C8 are a lot higher quality than they are on the C7 as well.
Yeah.
All right, so so far it doesn't look like we have any takers for the cold start 10 entries, so I'm just going to throw it out there, guys. Every $10 that you donate on tonight's live will get you entered to win a shirt from Vet Syndicate. Steve, you want to hold it up? So red, it's one of the new ones. Oh yeah,
he's wearing it.
Jason's wearing it. It's one of the new ones, so it's red.
This one ships out tomorrow for sure. We get out live, we'll ship it out tomorrow morning. Okay. It's a size large though. This is a large.
That's a large. This one can come in any size you want, even though this one I'm holding as an extra large. Doesn't have to be that. If you win this and you're a different size, up to a 2X, I can get you whatever one you want. This is a Save the Manual shirt. This is a Horsepower Obsessed shirt. You can see them on my website, but that will be given away tonight to one of you guys who donates at least $10 to the Venmo, which is just Horsepower Obsessed. So if you go to Venmo and you pay or you send the money that way through to Horsepower Obsessed, I can get it out to you. So Brock wants to know, where is the link to donate? Give me 1 second and I will actually get it for you.
That's good.
Maybe.
Hey, we're gonna see General Lee this week.
Yes, we are.
Hey, General, I know you're listening. When you get off this, DM me on my Protective Dad pranks so we can start. I need to give you my phone number so I don't keep doing this stuff. So DM me and I'll give you my cell phone number and we'll connect.
So I just pasted the link, maybe, because I know this thing doesn't really like links.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So if you click on that link, it will actually allow you to send me the Venmo right from there. So I'm going to go ahead and pin that. The current pinned message on the live chat here is the ability to just go ahead and send a Venmo. So like I said, every $10 gets you entered to win. And so far, we don't have any entries, so it looks like it might be a relatively easy win for somebody. If you guys want to throw $10 at it, you'll win a shirt. $100 gets you a cold start from Steve, and odds are very good it will blow out his eardrums, which I'll be honest.
And $200, Jason's going to do a dance for us.
Yeah.
Oh my God. No.
With his fancy pants.
My fancy pants.
Tell me your fancy pants. Jason's got his fancy pants on.
All right.
Phone. No, I won't.
I was going to say, let's give him $200 not to do those things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Great White North Corvette, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm seeing a bunch of the same names again. Welcome back to the 32nd week of Corvette Weekly. So we've been doing this for 32 consecutive weeks. We have not missed a week that I can recall. We've changed the day from time to time, but for the most part, it has been an every single week thing. And yeah, Tweety Bird, that is one of the things we're going to talk about today is Stradman getting his C8 Corvette Z06 from a dealership that's only about 2.5 hours from my house.
Is that Tweety like our Tweety?
It makes sense that Stradman would get one because, you know, he's been such a Corvette guy for so long.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, that's the thing. And nothing against Stradman. I think he's a pretty cool dude.
He's one of my favorites. Absolutely.
But in the video of him picking up the car, he quoted the carbon fiber wheels as a $15,000 option, and they're not. They're $11,995. Then he says throughout the entire video that the car is in demo mode and that it doesn't come out of demo mode until he hits 500 miles. And I'm like, that's not demo mode.
No.
Nowhere does it ever refer to that as demo mode. It's one of those things where it's like, okay, he got the car. I am definitely jealous. I'm not going to try to pull any punches about it. I would love to be in his position. But at the same time, he doesn't actually seem to know anything about the car. And that's unfortunate. He admits in the video that he doesn't even know what a flat plane crank is. He doesn't know what that means. And I'm like, oh my God, like, please give me the car. I want it. Like,
I love Stradman. I used to watch every single video he makes. I'm not as big into anybody as I used to be, but man, I love him because he's a Lamborghini guy. You know what I mean? And I love Lamborghini. So he's, but getting the Corvette's kind of disappointing.
Yeah. Matt Hurley, he says that Stradman did correct the wrong cost, and he did, but only after Matt Beaver corrected him off camera. So it's one of those things where he actually didn't know. And again, nothing against Stradman. I actually kind of know him through a friend, but he's not a bad dude, and I love his channel. He's got awesome cars. You can just tell he's not a Corvette guy, and that's fine. Everybody has their thing, but like, why are you even getting the car? But either way, yeah.
Views on views.
Congratulations to him for getting the car. I can't take that away from him, because definitely an awesome thing to get the car. But at the end of the day, I don't know how much he really appreciates it, so to speak. I mean, I don't know. That might not be the right word to use. But either way, yeah, Speed Phenom does seem to be significantly more educated on the car. So whenever he's driving around, he's talking about the flat plane crank and all that stuff. He actually seems like he knows what that is. And that's a good thing, obviously, for his channel. So I do appreciate that a little bit better. But Great White North Corvette says he has a friend whose Z06/Z07 was built today. That's pretty awesome. Great White, is it in Canada? Was that in Canada? I didn't know if any had made it to Canada yet. Yeah, Stupid Fast Truck says one word: views. Yeah. Yeah, that's probably about right.
He does say views on views all the time,
Does he?
Yeah, he's always in all of his, well, not every video, but it's such a beautiful place in Utah, and he'll be like, views on views, whether it's the car, whether it's, the scenery. Yeah. So he gets his views on views, the Z06.
Yeah. SX Molin says, I agree. Stradman does not know anything about the car. It's almost like he doesn't appreciate what he has. It's a Z06. Yeah. And that's, again, I want to make this clear. I have absolutely nothing against Stradman. I think he's an awesome dude, but he just doesn't come across like an actual Corvette guy. That's all, ultimately all I'm saying.
He's a supercar.
Yeah, I mean, he has an Aventador, right? Like,
he's got
at the end of the day, yeah. So how could you?
Murcielago. He's a Lamborghini.
It's cool. If you know his backstory, he worked his way up. Like he gained his
I'm not
fame,
saying,
so I appreciate that.
100%. And I'm not saying for a second that he doesn't deserve it. He does. He's put in the work. 100%. He deserves it. It's just, to an actual Corvette guy, it's kind of disappointing that he doesn't know some of the options, especially since this car is so hard to get.
Yeah, that's my only issue.
Like another female YouTuber we know that got it, which I don't think they're really a Corvette person either. So,
but it's the exact same thing. Exact same thing with her. It's the exact same thing. I have nothing against her. She's worked hard to get where she's at, and she deserves everything she's getting. But at the same time, it's like she knows a little bit more about the product. But up until the C8, she couldn't have cared less about Corvettes.
Yeah, JDM.
Denny Hobbs says, didn't Street Speed say he's getting one? He did. So Street Speed is going to get one eventually, but the two that were delivered to Whitmoyer, I texted him, and he told me personally neither one of those two yellow ones that were delivered recently, neither one are his. So one of them Stradman's. I'm assuming the other ones might be TJ Hunt's, or it could be Amelia's. I know those are the other two YouTubers that are getting a car from that dealership, so it's not Street Speed's. Yeah, guys, every $10 gets an entry for both of these shirts tonight. If your name is called and both are available, you can determine which one you get. Oh, guys, holy crap! So Steve Robertson gave us $100.
Woohoo!
We're going to remote start that thing. All right, so
it's going to get loud.
All right, hold on. We got to make this. We got to make this thing real. I honestly did not think this was going to happen. So,
Not either.
Steve Robertson, thank you very much. And then we also got another one from Brock Buckholes.
I love
thank
that
you.
last name.
Yeah, I was going to say that. I almost didn't want to say that, but and Jose sent us $10 for a shirt entry. But guys, we're gonna cold start this thing because
big screen.
You freaking did it. Let me get this off here real quick, guys. We got 50 thumbs ups. Please give us some more thumbs up. We're about to cold start a car for you in a garage. So let me get over to his thing here. Here we go. Take it away, Steve. All right, hold on. Don't do it yet. Let me.
I'm gonna get.
All right, now go ahead.
It muted him. It shriveled up his sound. Did you hear it?
Oh wow! Oh my God! All right, so. It did. The microphone kind of adjusted to it, so it sounded quiet. But then whenever you spoke, you could tell how loud it was. Yeah.
Wow.
Guys, thank you so much.
So loud.
It's very loud.
Thank you.
Guys, that was awesome. I didn't even see Shane or Steve Robertson come in here. But Steve, thank you for your support as always, man. It is greatly appreciated.
He's driving. He can't text. No.
No, that's Shane. I'm sure
Shane.
I
got it from Shane, but
yeah.
There it
is, Steve Robertson. Thank you so much, Steve. And Brock, I haven't seen your name in here, but
you gotta let me know. You have to let me know who's in there so I can put them into the app. So Steve Robertson is one.
Steve Robertson donated 100, and Brock, I just put Brock for now because I don't know. Brock also donated 100, and Jose donated 10. So guys, Steve Robertson, Brock, you're entered 10 times to win the shirts. And Jose, you're entered once to win the shirts. So are you keeping track of that?
Yep. So I got 10 for Steve Robertson. How many for Jose? 1?
Yes.
1 for Jose and then 10 for Brock.
He donated 100 also?
Yep.
We'll have to do another. We'll do a medium cold start after a while.
I'm keeping track of these, and then we're going to have it's literally going to draw it online.
Yeah, we're going to draw it a little bit later tonight, guys. So if you donated money, don't go anywhere because once we go to draw these, I want you guys to be in here so we can get some information from you to get these shirts shipped out. The one that Jason's wearing down there in the corner, the red Vet Syndicate shirt, that's one of them in a large. Or you can choose one of mine, which is the Horsepower Obsessed Save the Manual shirt, and that will come in sizes medium through 2XL. You can choose whichever size on that one. Great White says, you better open up that garage door for a little bit. Steve likes the smell of exhaust.
Yeah, I love
especially whenever he can't smell anything else. There he is. There's Brock. He's like, I'm in here almost every week. I just keep to myself. Brock, we appreciate it. You really, really help out the channel tonight. I'm super glad that you're in here, even if you're not interacting. We appreciate the support. Thank you.
Brock, are you related to Clay?
Brock.
I'm trying to determine if that's supposed to be a joke or not.
No, it's actually not.
Okay. Shane says we got 60 thumbs ups, guys. Smash that thumbs up button. We literally just had Steve right down here. He just remote started his car in his garage at 7 o'clock at night. And he didn't open a garage door. So there's a good chance. There's a good chance he's not going to be here next Monday.
I'll be awake tonight. Or hi.
Silent. Shane says silent but violent. Good Lord. Let's see. All right. So, guys, we just did a cold start of a C8 Corvette sitting there behind Steve. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying the content. If you are, please smash that thumbs up button. We're pretty much willing to do almost anything at this point. But let's talk a little bit about some info that we have. So, like I said, the title and I was talking about earlier, we do have some information coming to us from Mark Royce. And he is talking about some of the performance variants coming, but we're going to start with something a little bit smaller than that at first because I want to build up to our topic of the night. And we're going to start off first with the Corvette assembly plant and how they are actually running. Well, they actually did this past Saturday. They have both shifts running. So basically, if you're waiting for a C8 Corvette, you're waiting for a C8 Corvette Z06. Of course, the Z06 is a little bit of a different story, but the plant is at full capacity. It's up and running, and they're running 2 different shifts to make sure that these cars are ready to go. So how many of you out there are still waiting for a C8? I know a lot of us are waiting for the Z06, but how many of us out there are actually waiting for a C8?
I know one.
Who?
Shane.
Oh, yeah.
Shane. That is right. Shane. We're going to have to talk, Shane. I got something for you. D. Henry says, HPO, do you know if MagRide is standard on the Z06? Yes, it is. So you don't have to check any boxes to get the magnetic ride control. The Z06 comes standard with that. Joey B, it is standard. That's not an option on the Z06. It comes with all of them. General Lee's got it. Yes, it's standard, he says. William Richardson, he says, what's up? How you doing, William? I was just about to put a little check mark beside your name that you didn't make it tonight. No, I'm just joking. I do like to see all the same names in here every week, though, guys. Thanks for tuning in again. Shane says, let's talk about how well the Vets for Vets show did. It did. It did very well, guys. So if you are not familiar, the reason why I was down in Texas last week with Steve and Jason and Shane was because of the Vets for Vets car show that we put on down there. We raised over $1,000 for the vets. And actually, you can check it out on my channel. I have a video of the entire event. It was pretty cool.
Will be out tomorrow, 5.
Okay, so Jason will have one tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And it's just kind of walking around showing the cars. And what was really awesome is the C5 that I did a Corvette giveaway on. It was actually the guy who won it actually showed up to the event. So I got to see the car again. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Shane says, yeah, John is really cool. Shane says that he hears that they're building 1 Z06 per hour now. That's actually more than I thought that they were building. That's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, Bill Smith says Stradman, TJ, and Amelia are all getting their cars from Whitmore. That is accurate. Stradman already got his, so I'm assuming that yellow one that's sitting there is probably TJ's. It could be Amelia's. I don't know what her build is supposed to be, but obviously that car is one of the two. It's either TJ's or Amelia's. It's not Street Speed's. I texted and verified with him. It is not his car, but he is going to be getting one eventually. I just don't know when. And I also know, based on his video, that he did not spec that car. So someone's giving him a car that was already pre-spec'd. Matt Hurley says his Z06 has been stuck at 3,000 status for 7 weeks now, man. I want to feel bad for you, but you got an allocation, so I can't feel that bad for you. Big ups. HPO, thanks. William Richardson's going for a second oil change tomorrow with 3,800 miles. Matt Beaver isn't famous until he gets me my C8 allocation. I agree, Shane. 65 thumbs up, guys. Please smash that thumbs up button if you want to give us a little bit of an idea that you're liking the content. I am going to move back over to the web browser here and go over this information with you guys a little bit more. There is 2 shifts running at the Corvette assembly plant, and that was just this past Saturday, so 2 days ago. 2 shifts, making sure that the C8s and the Z06s are getting done. So the Corvette blogger goes on to say that checking in with the latest production numbers, it looks like they have just over 17,500 Stingrays produced so far up until this point, as of the 2023 model year. So I believe that switched over in July. So since July, they have produced 17,500, which is pretty good. Somewhere around 1,400 to 1,450 70th anniversary editions have also been turned out. As for Z06, the last update is 83 regular cars and 30 or so 70th anniversary editions. So sounds like that's over 100 Z06s produced so far. That's pretty good. That's more than I thought. The last I had heard, it was in the 80s. So now they actually have 80 Z06s and an additional 30 70th anniversary Z06s. Pretty cool. Now, we already kind of touched on the next topic, but it is the video of Stradman taking delivery of his yellow 2023 Corvette Z06. So if you guys don't know this yet, he got a Z06, Z07 package car, Accelerate yellow, all the good stuff, carbon fiber wheels, carbon fiber interior. He literally loaded it up, and it looks really freaking good.
And he got the color.
Yeah. So you guys know by now, Jason, he's a big fan of the Accelerate yellow. He has a C8 Corvette he just got. It is the Accelerate yellow. There's something about that color on a Z06, though, that just looks so freaking menacing. I love it. But nonetheless, it is a cool car. You guys, if you don't know who Stradman is, I'm not sure that there's any help for you. But if you don't, type it in, Stradman. He got his Z06. So there's only 2 YouTubers I know of right now that have this car, and Speed Phenom and Stradman are the only 2. And both of their cars are spec'd pretty close to the same. Speed Phenom's is red, whereas Stradman's is yellow. But other than that, they got almost all the same options. Somehow Speed Phenom's is a little more expensive than Strad's. I'm not sure exactly what options he got to separate the 2, but Speed Phenom's was a little more expensive. Shane's saying we got 70 thumbs up currently, guys. Please hit that thumbs up button. It really helps the channel. Anthony says, is it true C8 2023 orders are done? No, I don't believe so. Those should go for a little bit longer. Actually, they should go for a couple more months. Yeah. I would imagine before that would transfer over to 24s, unless they're planning on closing up the shop again for whatever reason. General Lee says he thinks it's funny no one checked the black lug nuts and locks. I don't recall now if Speed Phenoms had black lugs or not, but I'm pretty sure Stradman's did not.
No, his doesn't. I'm literally looking at his car right now.
Okay. They look like chrome lug nuts.
Chrome lug nuts. You have the option now for black ones right from factory, which is really awesome.
I mean, if I get a Z06, you can be purple lug nuts. I really wouldn't get
That's what I'm saying, man. Give me a Z06 without wheels. I'm good. Like, I'll figure it out. Yeah. But yeah, so if you guys watch Stradman's video, like I said, we talked a little bit about it. He drives the car home, which is crazy because it's quite a drive from Pennsylvania. Trust me, I know. I've done it. We drove from PA out to Utah, and we hit Montana.
You know what his Z06 is missing, though?
What?
AMT door sills. And I mean that legit. I know it seems like it'd be something silly I'm saying. No, I think it needs them.
Yeah. If your setup there was a little more mobile, Steve, I'd have you show us it.
Yeah, but
yeah, his is not.
Maybe some other time. Jason, did you install yours?
Yes, but mine's also outside and my wife's sleeping on the other side of the room.
No, I know. I was just asking. Yeah. I'm not.
They're freaking awesome. I actually have some photos on Instagram. Dude, they look. I love them.
Oh, General Lee, is that why? So he's making it sound like that car was $185,000, but he's adding the taxes in on top of it.
Oh yeah.
Now, with that said, the price that Stradman's putting on his thumbnail, that's actually the price. Actually, I think his included taxes too. Yeah, when he was signing the paperwork, I think that was everything. There it is. Yeah, guys, check out these door sills from AMT Custom Designs. Hold on, Steve. I'm going to open up yours. That is what the door sills on Jason's Accelerate Yellow car looks like now. They're carbon flash painted with Accelerate Yellow color match, and then it says Corvette instead of Stingray. Yep. AMT Custom Designs, they consistently knock it out of the park with the quality. They literally look like a brand new, perfectly painted piece from GM. It's freaking awesome.
And you know how we talked about how ACS, their carbon flash matches perfectly. So does this. I mean, like, I'm impressed at how good it looks.
Yeah.
Like, you open that door, it's like, it just goes, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing is, I remember I told Kevin, my contact over at AMT, I told him whenever he first sent me the parts for my cars, he sent me door sills for a C5, a C7, and a C8 at the time. I didn't open them for close to 2 months because I was just like, you know what? There's just no way that these are going to be any good. I'm not going to worry about these right now. And whenever finally
scratch, they don't scratch. You put XPEL over them.
That's to say, we're going to have ours expelled. So yeah.
Yeah. I would definitely expel them because they are a painted part with clear coat and they'll scratch just like your paint would. But if you clear coat or if you XPEL over top of them, which is literally only a piece of XPEL, maybe this big, like if XPEL did it for you, you're probably talking about less than $100 to protect them. So I would definitely recommend that. Thanks for tuning in, Steven. I saw you're a little bit late, but yeah. So let's take a look at if we have any extra donations here. Nope, looks like it's the same thing. So guys, one more time. Every $10 donated through Venmo will get you a chance to win that shirt that Jason's wearing down there, the Red Vet Syndicate, in a size large, or one of my shirts here. This is a Save the Manuals Horsepower Obsessed shirt. You can get this in any sizes from medium all the way up to 2X. So if you win, you will get one of these shirts. Let's go back to, and for those of you just joining, we were talking a little bit about Stradman and the fact that he just bought a C8 Corvette Z06 and it came in. He took delivery from Whitmoyer here in Pennsylvania. But we're going to move on to the next thing, which is Motor Trend and their review of the Z06, and they call it Flat Fabulous. So obviously they're liking the car. Now, if you guys know, there is a Car of the Year thing going on with them, and they have a bunch of different cars that they are considering for Car of the Year, and of course the C8 Corvette Z06 is on that list. Now, there is a good chance it will win, but at the same time, the last time they did this in 2020 with the C8 Corvette being one of the entries, it lost to, I believe, a Volkswagen or something.
Yeah.
It kind of, or no, it was a Hyundai. It was a Hyundai Veloster, I think. But either way, yeah, it really makes you question a couple of things, I know, but it is what it is. So the Z06 is not guaranteed to win, even though it's a freaking amazing looking car. It's an amazing performing car from what I understand. In my opinion, it should win, but we'll see what happens. Guys, looks like
Nissan Sentra.
yeah. Shane's saying we got 80 thumbs up. That's awesome, guys. We'd like to have a little bit more, but all those thumbs ups help, guys. If you could leave one of those, it really does help the channel. Brock says the AMT door sills look amazing. Congrats, Jason. Yeah, Brock, the AMT custom design stuff is really awesome. If you want to check out, I have a video. I put an entire engine dress up kit from them on my C5 Corvette back in the day. They look so freaking good. It wasn't even funny, but Steve also has these. So Steve will be they're on his car that's sitting right behind him, but he doesn't want to pull that phone off the tripod. So
you're like, no, they make superior. They're really worth the money. I mean, when I opened up, I was like, wow.
You know, I hate to say it, if Steve pulled his phone off the tripod, we'd probably lose him, or we'd lose his audio, his phone.
Something would happen, yeah. He'd pull his phone off, and all of a sudden, the entire C8 would just disappear. Like, what the heck?
Look at that baby right there.
Yeah. All right, guys, we got 146 watching with 85 thumbs up. So we definitely could use a little bit more thumbs up to match those numbers. It'd be pretty cool. Lego says they do look amazing, and they absolutely do. AMT is one of those companies I know most of you guys don't know about, but they make some of the coolest custom products that I've ever seen. I'm going to have some more information about them coming soon on my channel as well, because they're sending me a bunch of stuff that we're going to talk a lot about, and there's a secret thing going on between me and AMT Custom Designs that we're going to be talking about very soon as well. Scott, I knew that was going to come up tonight. I've already talked about it a little bit earlier. I have not gotten my allocation yet. I was really hoping this latest wave I was going to hear some good news, but I have not heard from my dealership, so I'm assuming I did not get an allocation just yet, but it's got to be coming soon. It has to be. Like, please let it be coming soon. But 90 thumbs up currently. Thanks, Shane. Do they illuminate, says Stephen Rapp. They do not.
No.
These are just replacements for the current stainless steel looking sills that are there. These are a little bit more custom, and really you can put whatever you want on them, which you guys will find here soon, because the ones I have coming for my ZR1 literally don't even say Corvette on them anymore. They're just going to have my horsepower obsessed written on them, which I think is freaking phenomenal. I didn't even know that that was an option until I talked to them recently about it. Let's see. So next we're going to jump into a little bit more, but before we do, for those of you just joining, every $10 donated to the Venmo link pinned at the top of the live chat, every $10 donated will get you a chance to win this shirt in any size from medium to 2XL. This is a Save the Manuals Horsepower Obsessed shirt. or the shirt that Jason's wearing, or the one that Steve's holding up there is a red Vet Syndicate shirt in large. So if you're interested in either one of those two, every $10 donated gets you a chance to win. 95 thumbs ups. Did Jason get rid of his Z06, Denny? He did not.
Not yet.
Tell us why you didn't, Jason.
Because it's a manual. Save the manuals. However,
save the manuals.
I'm going to tell you this. If the economy keeps tanking and interest rates keep going up, it's probably gone. Because
if somebody wants to buy it really right now, they could probably.
Hey, man, 100 grand takes it.
Good God. If they're going to give you 100 grand for that, I got like 3 or 4 Z06s in the backyard.
Yeah. So, but I did want to say what's something is funny on a separate note with the C8 is I have now failed my state inspection 3 freaking times.
It's so dumb.
Brand new car.
The weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Because
I haven't reset the parameters or whatever, and the engine has to recycle because somebody disconnected the battery or something stupid. So apparently the other day when I was going over to Steve's house, they had told me, okay, to help reset all this crap, drive cold started in the morning, let it run for 10 minutes, take it and drive 25 miles, stop and wait 10 minutes, let it just idle for 10 minutes and drive another 25 miles and then stop and let it do whatever for anyway. So I did all that and I still failed because these wheels not an exact science. I'm like, it's not a science at all, man. But apparently the C6 was really complicated too. So, I don't know, man. I'm going to take it up there and leave it at the dealership. They've got the guy who does the inspection and says he's pretty sure if I take it, cold start it, let it run for 2 to 3 minutes, drive it up the street, get immediately on the freeway and hit 53 miles per hour, not 54, 53. If I hit 53 and I drive to the next exit and then I have to hit 59, go from 53 gradually to 59 and then exit, take my foot off the gas, coast to 15 miles per hour. And then I can brake and go to the side and let it idle for another 2 or 3 minutes. That will clear the codes, and I'll be able to pass it. I'm just telling you.
I swear to God, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that you were making all of that up.
Nope. I think it's like a witchcraft thing. Like you have to do all this stuff in a pot and, jump down. Cotton and,
All right, so Jim Middleton says, has Scrape Armor finalized their Z06 grill guards? Yes, they have. So I'm in pretty consistent contact with Scott over at Scrape Armor, and between Vet Syndicate, Corvette Weekly, Horsepower Obsessed, and Scrape Armor, we have something pretty cool coming for you guys probably next week. But the Z06 grill guards are done. They're going to be probably put out here pretty quick if I had to guess. I haven't gotten an actual date from him just yet, but I know that they're done.
Okay, so, here's a question. Are they doing the intake screen?
So they're working on the side intakes for the C8 base and the Z06, and they're supposed to be coming soon as well, because as you guys know, on the Z06, they're significantly bigger than the base C8. So you could literally catch birds and any flying animal in that thing. Small child. Yeah. It's just going to vacuum them up right off the side of the roads. Like it is possible. So you're going to want some protection in there. Like one of the things I thought was interesting, I was looking at, I think it was the Aventador when we were down in, when I was down in Texas, Jason took us to Lamborghini Dallas, and it was either the Aventador or the Huracan. One of the two had the side intakes, and from factory, they had mesh in there. And it's like, why is Chevy not looking at these things and saying, you know what, we need to do that too? Like, they're letting other people design it for them. They should be doing it right from the beginning.
They claimed it wasn't an issue, but yet, Yeah.
Well, I know why they said that. And I hear that argument a lot. They said one thing and then they turn around and do another. But the reason they said that was to prevent calling out small businesses on a product that wasn't going to work on their car. So they didn't want to call out all the small businesses and tell them that they were junk and that they weren't going to work. And then this small business built around these radiator grill guards might, fail for whatever reason. They didn't want to be that guy. And I get that. That makes sense to me. But ultimately it does. The car needs something up front, and the Scrape Armor is the product to do it for sure. General Lee, I will definitely let you know. You have my cell phone number. Feel free to text me anytime. As soon as I hear something from Scott about it, I'll make sure that we can get you a set. because yeah, I would protect that car. Literally, I wouldn't drive it 5 minutes down the road without having those. That's Jason. Him and I installed his scrape armor, radiator grill guards on his car, and he had like 200 miles on it, and it was already starting to get
it had like 75 miles on it.
Yeah, and it already had a couple little dings in the radiators.
I drove it 20 miles around in my neighborhood and stuff. I took it to Corvette World, dropped it off. Steve picked it up and took it to XPEL after they did some stuff, and that was only driving it did. So it was about 70 miles, 75 miles.
And dinged up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a couple dings in there. Him and I installed them on his car to prevent any further ones.
They were
Steve
so
Robertson.
easy to do.
Oh yeah, dude, like 5 minutes, 5-minute install. No, seriously, guys, just to let you know, the install is
the easier it is to install. By the way,
yeah, the install is not super easy. It is. However, yeah, it is easier if you're not filming, but about halfway through the install, you are going to be appreciative of how well the kit is put together. Even though it's not going to be something that takes you 5 minutes. It's going to take you an hour or so, at least. And it is a well-built kit, though. So anyway, Steve Robertson says, are they going to have a guard for the front middle? Yes, they do. They have the side ones for the Z06 and the one in the middle, since that one is obviously open on the Z06. Shane says, I thought I saw Scott on YouTube mention that they finished R&D of the Z06 side intakes and will be releasing soon. So from what I understand, he told me that they finished up everything on just the front stuff. And last I talked to him, they were working on the side intakes. So it is possible they're done at this point, but either way, even if they're not, it's close. Shane says, we finally hit 100 thumbs ups, guys. Thank you so much.
Yay!
That's awesome, but we got about 170 people watching, so I'd like to see those numbers match if we could. So some thumbs up, please. It's free, and it makes you feel good. If you click it, trust me, you will feel better about yourself.
You know, you feel even better if you donate $10 for a shirt. I'm just saying.
Yeah, so guys, $10 gets you entered to win a Horsepower Obsessed or Vet Syndicate t-shirt. Let me take a look and see.
Actually, this one is actually the new red. He's not wearing the new red. He's wearing the faded red. This is the bright red.
Oh,
he's wearing the.
I actually just watched it 50 times real quick.
Yeah, this is the red Corvette red. Yeah,
that's pretty red. All right, so while we're waiting on that, I'm going to flip over here and show you some more information. We're going to talk a little bit more about this stuff going on with Motor Trend. So specifically some of the things that they said, their pros and cons. I really like this. So their pros are it's a Euro supercar performance, sport bike engine note, and the tour mode ride comfort. The cons, though, are I've some sort of exterior and interior design being overwrought. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like a bad thing, so it is a con. Road and wind noise, apparently, which is odd because I don't remember that being an issue on the C8, so I don't know why it would be on a Z06. And the big one that I do actually agree with is that the stripes should not be stickers or vinyl at this price point. So if you guys are familiar with the Ford GT and even the GT500, you can get stripes on those cars that are actually painted, and they're ridiculously priced. They're like $10,000 for just two painted racing stripes going down the middle. But the fact that you can get it painted and not in vinyl does give you a more of a premium feel, especially when you're paying $180,000 for a car. They're right; these should be painted. They should not be vinyl.
Yeah, not if they're $10,000 though. For me,
yeah, but I mean, on that price, like it should already be factored in.
I'm cool with that. Yes.
Yeah. Well, the thing to me is, it's like if Ford can do it on a Mustang for that amount of money, I mean, Chevy should be able to do it too on a car like this. It's not that different from the base C8 body wise, so why not paint them on? It'd feel more premium for sure.
Yeah.
But what I'm really most interested in with this pros and cons list here, guys, is that one of the biggest cons they can come up with is the fact that the stripes on the car are vinyl. So if they have to really pick that hard at this thing, then it must be pretty freaking good. If they're not able to find any other cons other than the fact that it's vinyl stripes instead of painted, yeah, this thing's pretty cool. So obviously, guys, this is on the midenginecorvetteforum.com. So if you want to read a little bit more about what we're talking about here, you can head over there. I kind of try to give a high overview of these because I could sit here and read this stuff to you guys all day. But if you want to go over there and read it for yourselves, that's probably the best way to get the information. Now, I'm going to move on to the topic that you guys are actually all here for, and that's what's on the thumbnail, and it is the performance variants of the C8 Corvette and what we could kind of expect moving forward with this car. So Mark Royce shares electrifying Corvette news during GM's Investor Day of 2022. So obviously you could tell by that little bit of a title there, these performance cars he's talking about are in fact hybrid or full electric. So you guys already know one of them, and it's going to be the E-Ray. So we kind of already have a good idea of what's coming with the E-Ray. Odds are very good the E-Ray is going to replace the Grand Sport. And the big difference here is going to be, it's going to be a wide body car, just like the Grand Sport was, with the base C8 engine in the back, and then a hybrid electric motor driving the front wheels. So effectively giving it all-wheel drive, a little more horsepower, the Z06 look with a different drivetrain. So it's not going to be called a Grand Sport, most likely at least. GM has filed to extend the trademark on Grand Sport, the Grand Sport name, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're ever going to use it for the C8 generation. It's just they file to renew those every so often so that they have that ability in the future to use it if they want. So with that said, odds are pretty good. The E-Ray is going to replace the Grand Sport, and it's going to be that hybrid front wheel base C8 Corvette rear engine drive car. And then the next one after that, Mark Royce talks a little bit more about a electric version that is going to produce a massive amount of horsepower. And that's probably the one that is being touted as the Zora model. So it looks like Steven Rapp donates $49.99. So we'll put him down for $50 on those shirts. Steve, if you want to throw him in there. Thank you, Steven. It's always great to have you on here. We appreciate the support. Let's see. So we got 115 thumbs up with 160 people now watching. Jet Driver says E-Ray is not a cool name. I don't necessarily think it's cool. I don't think it's not cool. I think it's somewhere in between. But the only reason I'm thinking E-Ray, the reason they're going with E-Rays, obviously, because it's an electric Stingray. So, and it is an animal somewhere on the lines. But it's a play on words. GM thinks they're being clever with it. I don't really love it. I don't hate it. It's one of those things.
I don't like it because it to me it indicates it's an electric Stingray, not a hybrid Stingray.
Right.
And I don't
think it's called this Stingray. So I just think they screwed up from the beginning. This should not have been called a Stingray. We had this discussion before. I just think people got ticked about it. It's not a Corvette. If you would have called it a Corvette, I don't know, Exodus, I'm just giving you a name, something different than the Stingray, then people probably wouldn't have complained so much about it.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a Corvette. Even my wife says, she goes, it doesn't look like a Corvette. It looks like a supercar. I'm good with that.
Yeah, so that's the big thing. Shane's saying the same thing, that the name doesn't really make sense because it's not fully electric. It's a hybrid. So yeah,
she called it the Hi-Ray.
Hi-Ray. Wow.
Rivermud had the same idea. H-Ray.
So Great White, what car will have the LT6 twin turbo? So one of the things, this was another thing that we had talked about in the past, just so we're all on the same page here. Whenever the base C8 Corvette still hadn't come out yet, there was a bunch of leaks that came out that showed kind of the roadmap that GM was going to be taking with this car. They were going to start with this base C8. They were going to move on to the E-Ray, then on to the ZR1, and then on to a Zora. Or the Z06 was in there somewhere too. So they had 5 models planned. And I ultimately think they're only going to have 4, just like they always, for the most part, they always have. It's going to be your Stingray. It's going to be, next is going to be the Z06, then the E-Ray, then in the Zora. So The Zora is likely to be the model that is either fully electric or the model that has the LT. I think they were calling it the LT7, right? I think it was the LT7 that was on that crate engine. And that is going to be a twin turbo variant of the LT6. I don't believe it's going to be a flat plane crank twin turbo. I don't think that they're going to attempt to push that engine any further than they already have. Only because of the issues with, at least the rumors of the issues that they're having with that engine. If that's the case, they're not going to want to continuously push that further and further and further with turbos too. So if they call it, yeah, it's the LT7. If they bring out that engine for the Zora model, if it's not a full electric car, which I'm still kind of thinking it might be, and the only reason they would have changed that is because they ran into some problems with the LT6 being the flat plane crank engine. They have hit some snags with that thing. I've heard rumors upon rumors upon rumors about it from people that are pretty in the know. So whether they're issues of the past or not, they're not going to want to continuously push that engine as hard as they possibly can by adding turbos to a car that's already got potential issues that, whether they solve them or not, I don't think they're going to want to keep pushing on it. So what I'm saying is either the Zora model is going to be fully electric, or it's going to be a variant of the LT6 called the LT7 twin turbo, but most likely a cross plane crank, not a flat plane. So it's going to be a slightly different engine, possibly producing around 800 horsepower with a hybrid front motor driving the front wheels to then give it the full 1,000 horsepower that we have heard rumors about. Again, I think this is all a lot easier done by just doing a full electric vehicle, and I know the way GM is right now, they have a heavy push towards fully electric. I think the Zora is going to end up being a full electric vehicle. I think they're going to scrap the LT7 engine because of the fact that initially they were leaning on the fact that it was going to be the LT6 flat plane crank with twin turbos, and now they're kind of realizing they might not be able to do that, so they may be going full electric. Now, I'm not basing this on anything that I've necessarily known or seen, but it is mostly just speculation at this point. But there are some pieces of this that have been told to me in confidence that I think some of this might be legit. Now, I'm curious what you guys think, though, because I'm standing firm, and again, no proof of this. This is just my opinion that I don't think we're going to get a ZR1 moniker. I think the Zora is going to replace the ZR1, and we're going to end up with 4 performance variants all told. How they end up doing it with either full electric or possibly a twin turbo cross plane crank, that's to be seen. But what do you guys think? I'm curious what your thoughts are on this.
Well, you know what? Adam pointed out something right here. You're talking about the car's going to be heavier. Even. Oh yeah. I mean, great. It has more horsepower, but it's going to be heavier too.
Yep. That's the big drawback of electric cars right now is that you can make them pretty quick. You can make them pretty responsive, but the thing you're doing in the meantime is you're adding a significant amount of weight. I think one of the lighter or one of the faster cars out there is the obviously the Plaid, but also what was that other one? I can't remember the name of it now. Slipping my mind, but either way, they're incredibly fast cars, but they're 5,000 pounds plus. And when you're throwing around a car that weighs 5,000 pounds, it doesn't matter how fast it is, how agile it is. You can feel that weight in the turns. And even the difference between my ZR1, which is around 3,500 pounds, from that car to a GT4, a Porsche GT4, I can feel the difference in the weight, and that's only about 400 pounds. You can feel the difference in the weight of the car when you're pushing it through turns and stuff. So if you're talking about 1,500 pounds more, you're definitely going to feel that. So I don't see an electric car anytime soon beating a gas-powered car on a track just because of that. Now, on a drag strip, yeah, probably all day it's going to, because, 0 to 60 times, the quarter mile times, they're crazy on a Plaid. But that Plaid on the Nürburgring was slower than the base C8 with literally half the horsepower. So, yeah. Everybody, yeah, it was the Lucid. Joey B, that was it. It was the Lucid. So that was one of the cars that I watched a bunch of reviews on, and everybody says the same thing. It's fast. It doesn't really feel like it's as heavy as it is, but it's not going to win any track awards because it is too heavy in the turns. Because I think that car was a hair over 5,000 pounds or something. The entire underbody of the car is going to be a giant battery, and batteries are not lightweight. 125 thumbs up currently, guys. We are going to talk a little bit more about the stuff that Mark Royce was talking about here, because the one thing I really wanted to talk about was the fact that he believes he said, apparently Mark Royce says that both of these Chevy cars are on the way in 2024, and it was Corvette bloggers' speculation that the E-Ray would go on sale in 24 as a 25 model year. I actually think it's going to be a year earlier than that. I think it's going to go on sale in 23 as a 24 model year. I do believe we're going to hear something about the E-Ray by next fall, and probably be able to buy it early spring of 24 as a 24 model.
Dealer gets at least 3 allocations, and then they don't screw me and make me number 4 instead of number 3 by putting some YouTuber up ahead of me or something.
Yeah, honestly, Jason, as sad as this sounds, I would probably try to get that in writing as soon as you possibly can.
Dude, they're not going to do that. I would love to, but they're going to go, oh, you know, because they already know money talks, man, and I'm not pitching any more money.
Yeah, it's a shame, but Stupid Fast Truck says 3,600 pounds is a sweet spot. Otherwise, they become tire eaters on the track. Honestly, 3,600 is pretty much the biggest car that I would even think about taking on the track. I would prefer it be around 3,100 to 3,200 pounds. My ZR1 is somewhere around 35, a little over 3,500. If that car weighed about 300 to 400 pounds less, it would be quite a bit better. And it's surprising how much difference comes in just a couple hundred pounds. Jim Middleton says, seen an article where K-Tech is working on twin turbo and LT6. That's going to be scary. When you start, if you really think about how much GM did to this engine to squeeze every possible tiny little bit of horsepower out of it, it's going to be scary to throw turbos on a car like that. Just like it was with the C6 Z06. That engine, the LS7 was such an awesome engine because it was able to produce 505 horsepower naturally aspirated. But people would get that car and immediately think, oh, I'm going to put a turbo in. I'm going to put a supercharger. I'm going to make even more horsepower. That engine did not respond to that stuff. If you threw a turbo at it or a supercharger at it without building any of the internals, you are immediately going to be picking up the pieces. So I feel like this engine, the LT6, is an awesome engine. I love what GM has done with it, but I feel like it's kind of reminiscent of the LS7 from the Z06, the C6 generation, in the fact that it's an awesome naturally aspirated engine, but you're not really going to want to throw any forced induction at it because it's going to be a problem. 127 thumbs up currently. Let's go. Let's get to 140 before we sign off. I agree, guys. Thumbs up. One last time. Let's talk a little bit more about the giveaway for tonight, guys. Horsepower Obsessed, save the manual shirt in medium all the way up to 2X if you win. The Vet Syndicate red there that Steve is holding. Every $10 is an entry. So if you want a chance to win these, throw $10 at that Venmo link that's pinned on the comments section, and we will get you a chance to win. I'm going to check and see if we've had any more donations. We have not. So far we have 3 donations. 2 of them are pretty big, so odds are good one of those 2 is going to win. No, just 3.
4 donations.
Oh, right. Yeah. I was just looking at my Venmo. So yeah, sorry. We do have Steven Rapp. I forgot about.
These ones.
How can I forget about Steven Rapp? That's on me. All right. So 130 thumbs up currently. I think we covered all of the information. So the performance variant's coming, guys. We got a lot to look forward to here, but it's going to get wild. We got 168 watching with 130 thumbs up. I'd really like to get those numbers a little bit closer. Let's see if we can get to 150. 150 thumbs ups, guys, would be really, really awesome. We could sign off at that point. Yeah, it's not that many.
Not with 160 here.
Yeah. Like I said, if you click that thumbs up button, it makes you feel better. If you're
and
sick,
if it doesn't, it'll make me feel better. And that's really, what counts.
if you click the thumbs up and you're sick, you will immediately not be sick anymore.
Exactly. It's like ivermectin, man.
Yeah. Steven Rapp, that's all right. He says Steven Rapp says he's going to work harder on the Venmo. That's all right. One of these days, Steven, me and you will get on the phone. I'll be able to maybe walk you through it. I know Venmo and PayPal both are kind of crazy with their security and stuff. So Steven Rapp says, do you think the production of the Z06 has been impacted by the Zora or E-Ray or whatever, that they are producing limited amounts due to the next models? No, I don't think that. I really don't. The biggest reason why I think Chevy introduced the E-Ray so early on is because they already have the parts for the E-Ray. So they're just using the base C8 Corvette engine. They're using the wider body of the Z06, which they obviously already have. And then they're throwing an electric motor on the front that, if I had to guess, it's going to be an electric motor that they've used in a previous model car somewhere. So they already have this stuff ready to go. Whereas with the Z06, the engine's bespoke, the engine's brand new. It's not something that they have just laying around. The car itself, the shell of the car is good to go. It's the engine that's really the holdup for them. They're producing that engine because it's totally different for that car. Whereas with the E-Ray, they could start turning those out tomorrow because they already have everything. So I think the E-Ray was there as a placeholder to make sure that if they fell behind on the Z06 orders even worse than they already have, that they were going to start shipping these out in the meantime, just so people didn't completely get, hands up with Corvette stuff. All right. There it is. River Mutt says he clicked thumbs up, and now all of a sudden his COVID's gone. I told you. That's the way it works, man. Bruno says thumbs up equals no mother-in-law for Thanksgiving. Wow, I love that. Bruno, that's fantastic. That might be the comment of the night right there. Mm-hmm. Put a thumb in it. Yeah. Brock Phillips. I can't find a better way to say what I want to say. Put a thumb in it. Guys, thumbs up. Last time, $10 donation gets you a chance to win the Horsepower Obsessed Save the Manual shirt or the Vet Syndicate red shirt that Jason's wearing down there. One more time, I'm going to let you guys donate that to Venmo or a super chat on the channel here. We prefer Venmo just because it doesn't take as much money away from us as Horsepower Obsessed, as YouTube does. Yeah. But I'm going to check here, and then we are going to go ahead and draw. So it looks like we still just have those 4. Steve, if you want to hold that thing up to the camera and make the first drawing, which the first one is going to be able to choose whichever shirt they want. The second one is going to get stuck with whichever one's left.
It's thinking. As soon as I get it going. Okay, it's doing a stupid ad. 4, 3, 2, 1. So I don't pay for the real version. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Doug Hooks. That was good too.
So here's the first one.
All right, so let's roll this thing. Actually, hold on. Let me open up your I'm gonna open up your side a little bit bigger here. So Steve is sorting through these things.
I'm watching this right here. So.
Nice.
Ready?
Yep. This is for the first one, guys.
And it said Steve Robertson.
Steve Robertson. Send me a message, Steve. Let me know what size shirt you wear. Actually, you're gonna have to let us know which shirt you want.
Yep. And the next person is Jose.
All right.
No way.
Jose.
No way, Jose.
All right. So Steve Robertson gets first choice. Jose gets second choice as to what shirts they want.
Wow.
So that's pretty cool.
You can do $10 and still have a chance to win.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty awesome. Yeah.
It's possible.
Well,
all right. So is Steve Robertson still on here? I think I have his email if I remember correctly. Got 145 thumbs ups, guys. We need 5 more, and then we are ready to wrap this baby up. So Steve Robertson. Actually, I'm not 100% sure if I have his email or not.
He's there. He's on.
Yeah, woohoo. Okay. Now, which one?
All right, Steve. Yeah, which shirt do you want? Do you want the Vet Syndicate or do you want the Save the Manuals from Horsepower Obsessed? Yeah, the Vet Syndicate only comes in a large, whereas mine will come in a medium. Mine will come in a medium to 2X, so whatever size you pretty much want there.
Medium.
Hey, and Jose's on too, so.
Yep.
Jose says, nice, I never win anything. Well, you did tonight, Jose. Let's see, Steve, you want to let us know which one you want, and then we can work with Jose and get him the shirt as well. By the way, guys, we really do appreciate the support. We want to try to give back as much as we possibly can with some of this merch and stuff, because you guys have really been doing a great job. Steve, yeah, send me an email, but let me know on here which shirt you want so I can work with Jose as well to get him the shirt. And then I still will take that email from you, though, because I'd like to have your email address on file if I don't have it.
I guess Jose can message you as well.
Yeah, that's true. If you guys both want to just send me an email, that's fine too. Jose, I'm going to put my email in the chat here if you want to just...
Oh, all right. So Steve Robinson wants this.
All right, so Steve, just so you know, that the shirt that the other Steve here has, it only comes in large. So if you wear a large size shirt, that's great. But if not, maybe you don't want that one. Let me know if that's still okay with you. We'll get that shirt out. But either way, shoot me that email with your shipping address. Jose, if you want to do the same thing, send me an email with your shipping address and what size shirt you would like. We'll get those out to you ASAP. My email address, I'm typing it into the chat right now. So if you don't have it, just shoot me an email right there. And
the rest of you, if you guys want to spam somebody, put that address in.
Oh, Whip. I forgot to mention you, Whip. Got the car on the channel here, over here on the car of the week. I don't know how I forgot to mention this. That's your car, Whip. I wanted to make sure that you were mentioned on here, and I'm glad I saw your name pop up. The Callaway, it's a Grand Sport, but that Callaway there right beside to my right and to your left as you're watching, that is his Grand Sport Callaway.
No. Nice.
So Whip Reynolds, that is his car. Very, very awesome. I don't know how that slipped my mind. I wanted to mention that in the very beginning, but
it's a nice Whip.
Yep. Thanks for tuning in, Whip. Even if it was a little bit late, we always appreciate the support. We got 151 thumbs ups. Jose says thumbs up. That's awesome, guys. Jose and
Steve Robertson says large is good.
Okay, that's fine, Steve. Either way, Steve, shoot me an email. Let me know your shipping address. And Jose, let me know what size you want and your shipping address as well, and we will get you guys taken care of. Guys, we hit our 152 thumbs ups. We got Whip Reynolds. We got him kind of sorted out with the fact that is his Grand Sport Callaway there on the screen. That could be your car. If you want to have a chance at getting your car put up there for the week, go ahead and send me an email, horse.power.obsessed@gmail.com. Show me some pictures of your cars, and we will get them sorted out. We'll choose which one we like the most, and we'll put it up there for the week. But, guys, I think that's going to do it. We appreciate the support tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys, I guess, same time, same place next week.
Peace.
See you guys.